Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
Hey everybody, this is Tambiota, and today is Back to the Future Friday, and you're watching the Daily Review. So today we have Eaglemoss's Build a Back to the Future DeLorean issue number 2. Here are the parts. Here is the screwdriver. Where are the other parts? So here's the other parts that I need. Go ahead and throw these into the mix. So good news is I found a Facebook group that does mods on these cars, and they have awesome stuff, and there's just a bunch of things that are on this, and it's just glorious stuff. I want to buy all of it, down to carpeting, down to mods for the what is that, the flux capacitor for the Christmas tree, for just the trunk space. Dude, there's like so much stuff out there that people are doing with this thing and just modding it in general, that it just blows my mind. When I first found these groups, it is crazy with the amount of the things that people are doing with this thing. So I guess on to my first note is that I found somebody on that board that's going to be sending me another AU sticker. So if you're watching this review, thank you. Hopefully I'll get that pretty soon and be able to put that on there. Another thing is there's a guy out there that makes a barcode license plate, and when you put that on here, it actually converts it to a magnet system, so you can pop it out and go in between the two different license plates. Now, I love the out of time license plate. I like that, but the barcode is really cool. And I think when I'm all said and done, it's probably going to be, I'm probably going to have the barcode on there more than the out of time. So this is all that we need. Let's look at the magazine first before we get into the build. I actually did go ahead and read this magazine, so I got a little bit more perspective on what's going on in the stories and stuff, and it's really good. It's full of a lot of information. So here's just the front page. These are the car parts that you get. These are the instructions, and here is one of the stories. So this is actually talking about originally writing the script, and they've gone through, according to the story, they went through a couple of rewrites. Originally, the original script had nothing with the DeLorean, the lightning strike, even the name of Hill Valley. They always remembered, or they always had in there, the concept that Marty McFly would invent rock and roll. Originally, the first time machine that they had was an idea for it to be a refrigerator. So they ended up scrapping that because they couldn't figure out logistics of it, with moving it in and out of a truck and stuff like that. And when Zemeckis came in, he came in and suggested that they go ahead and use a car. So that's when they then had the idea for the car. So one of the main, you'll see here on the side, one of the main influences for this movie was the Atomic Kid, basically where I haven't seen the movie, but basically it's a person that comes across, I think it's a prospector. He comes across one of the one of those nuke towns that they set up in like the Mojave Desert or whatever, out in the desert that they used to test nuclear weapons on. Well, he got caught in one of the blasts and gained special powers. Well, one of the original endings, from what I understand in here, was that they were going to take the refrigerator, set it in one of these towns, and they were going to use that blast to then blast themselves to the future, and that's how they were supposed to get to the future. Well, they ended up scrapping that idea. They went with a DeLorean, but they did add a reference to the Atomic Kid in with the marquee for the marquee sign at the movie theater, where they no, that's in the town square. That's in the town square. That's not at the mall. That's in the town square where the clock tower would be right here. So the next story in here is the designing of the DeLorean. So they brought in who was it? Ron Cobb to help design the DeLorean time machine. He was one of the ones that originally came up with some of the concepts for it. His idea was that Doc Brown would build it in a laboratory, not a laboratory, in his garage. So he wanted to take the DeLorean and just add pieces. They decided that they were going to use the bonnet here as where to put everything at. He came up with the idea to make a nuclear reactor, but make it real small and then have the vents and stuff in there. It was more of an idea that, say, Doc Brown would go out and purchase pieces like at his local Radio Shack or something like that, and then would try to fit these pieces together to try and make the time machine. And that's where the original concept came through. And then he also had the concept of the loop, the loop in the front and the loop in the back, basically that would help trigger the portal or the time dilation that then the DeLorean would go through. And originally he had a concept that the DeLorean would go into kind of a negative space. So you would travel through this negative space, kind of like a wormhole, which would be pitch black and would be sub-zero temperatures. So they didn't go with that because they decided that they wanted, James Cameron and stuff decided, and the directors and writers decided that they wanted the DeLorean to be instantaneous. With traveling through time and space, but they liked the idea of it traveling through a sub-zero, so that's why they ended up having the car on the test run. They had it frozen over. So you have that and some of the concept art for the inside and stuff like that. And then eventually, whenever Cobb left, he gave his ideas, and then they took the they came with they went to Andrew Prodert. I think that's how you say his name, Andrew Prodert. They went to him and he did the final designs and final touch-ups. So I think there's going to be a continuation of this story, because it says to be continued. So here is basically they're talking about the Hill Valley clock tower, and basically just a story roughly about Marty not really caring about the clock until he became invested in its basically the clock stopping, and then the clock going to the past and going way to the past, and seeing the clock built, the clock tower built, and then it going through its different incarnations, when it being built, it becoming a courthouse and becoming a Social Security office, and then a shopping mall. So, well, oh, I didn't read this. So yeah, this I think this is some quick facts about the clock tower and stuff. Yeah, Universal Studios backlot. That it had been redesigned a few times. They decided to film on the backlot because they wanted to avoid redressing a real Times Square into two different time periods. The Courthouse Square was featured in other movies and TV shows. To Kill a Mockingbird. Let's see here. Twilight Zone and Gremlins. Yeah, the fire damage. It had. The set had twice been damaged by fire, one in 1990 and then again in 2008. Roman numerals on the clock tower face include a IV instead of a III. A lot of clock towers, from what I've learned, is they have the 4 I's instead of the IV for some reason. And that's what it's saying in there. So this is the next issue. It's going to be a wheel. And I've already got that, so... but, you know, still I'm going to crank these out once a week. So this is, once again, all the parts that are in this issue. So, ooh. So you can see that I have this blue backdrop here. I just went out and bought a piece of poster board. So hopefully it doesn't get too mauled up. It looks like it's already taking some of my, my hand oils and stuff. It's already starting to change colors. So we have our pieces here, and we're gonna start putting this together. So let me get the instructions out. Let's set that up. So we're gonna be starting with the this is the front wing. This is the driver's side wing. So we're starting to build part of the body. And then we're going to be messing with the trim on that, and then we're going to be finishing up the lights for the back bumper area. So let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit more. I think that's pretty good right there. So let's go ahead and get our knife out. Cutting this open, issue number 2. Hopefully I don't hit anything with this. Man, I guess while I'm getting this open, I've seen a couple of videos of the guys completing this thing, and it scares the bejesus out of me with some of the issues that they've had. Mainly because they've had to buy multiple issues just to fix certain things on the DeLoreans, and I'm scared because I haven't found anywhere like in the US that you can buy extra issues. The Eaglemoss site for the American version of the website does not have them. Like, you can go on the UK version of it and you can see that you can order parts, but then when you click on the DeLorean Time Machine drop down tab in there, it sends you back to the American page, so you can't get into it. You can Google search all this stuff, but there's no way to actually order anything from that. Oh wow, that's heavy too. Okay, so let's get our screws. So we're gonna take the APs. Come on. here. I need to get like a ice tray or something so that I can label each individual tray or something. I could just leave those in there like that. But eventually I'm just gonna take and any kind of extra screw that I have, I'm just gonna take it and put it in with all the other screws that I already have. Like, I know that some people order like an extra one of the what is it, the roofs or the bonnets? I guess that's what they call it, the hood section, because those come with screws that they're using to attach the wings. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to take this piece right here, and we're going to attach this. Looks like it goes right here. Hopefully the screws and everything are all screwed properly in there. Yeah, you can see it a little bit right there. It's not dead center. It covers it, but you could still see it a little bit. And these were some of the issues that they were talking about in some of those channels, is that some of these aren't exactly... The instructions show that there's a hole right here. I guess they, oh man, and look at this. There you go. Well, I just pushed through it, but okay. So that's gonna take 2 AP screws. Oops. You just want to get this just tight enough to hold it, because I already felt, like on this one when I tightened it up, I already felt it kind of stripping in there. So I don't want to turn this screw anymore. Okay, so the next one is going to be this little piece. The little piece that goes right here. Come on. There we go. Do I need to modify this any? Feels like it's got some burrs right here. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right, so we'll hold this into place, and I think we need another AP screw. Yeah. If I need to, if anything happens with this and I need to, I can just add a dab of super glue in there and that'll hold everything together. Okay. All right, so we're done with this. That doesn't look right. That looks like it's not in line. It looks like it's all kind of not straight at all. Okay, I can kind of twist it. I think that fixed it a little bit. Oh well. All right, set that off to the side. That's just a bonus piece this week. I probably won't need that for a while. All right, so now let's complete this. So we are going to need the grill again, and we're going to need to put all these pieces back in there again. So that up there. Okay, so let's make sure that this piece is. So yeah, it looks like this piece is okay. Because if you look at it, the DMC is right down there. There you go, you can see that there. So there's a, on this side, there's a lip on the bottom, and there's not one on the top. And that's how you want to put that in there. So everything looks good there. We want to get out this piece right here. This piece goes right there. And then we need the white piece. That piece will go right there. Just remember that the trim always goes all the way around. The lip part always goes all the way around. So this one feels like it's a little bit looser than the other one. So I assume that once I get this on, then everything will be all squared away. So we'll do this the same way, where we're going to take this, push it up into there, and then slide this over into here. You should see okay, it's got a little lip on it. There we go. There it goes. So there we go. All right, so now we need a BP screw. I got 2 of them. So I'll just throw that one back there. Okay, so BP screw is going to go in right here. Oh, come on. Okay, now that's nice and snug. So those are in there. These pieces aren't going to pop out now. So next thing we want to do is we got to put the license plate in there, and that will cover up these 2 pieces right here. Okay, everything looks like it's in good. Just kind of strip out this a little bit. And now we need 2 AP screws. So we got 2 more AP screws here. So we got one here. A second AP screw. so that's all the way in now. So we got the bumper section done. Just waiting for that AU sticker to come in. That'll be complete. And we have one extra BP screw. So just go ahead and add that to the two I already have. Alright, so that's done. We got our, like I said before, we have our back bumper secure, and we have this fin done. So that is it for today. This looks still kind of weird. What's going on with this thing? Why it's still popping out? Oh well. All right, well that's it for issue number 2. We have the rear bumper done, and we have one wing complete. If you enjoyed this video, drop me a like, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Tambiota. I'll see you guys next time.